conditioned water. And wait till you see what I'm able to pull out of this water. You can probably guess. Understand that if hard water makes the soap so it can't dissolve, not all the soap can rinse out of the cloth. And sure enough, if you take a look at what I rinsed out of that cloth, there you go. In fact, we'll give it a little shake. And as you can quickly see, there's lots of soap left in that cloth. In fact, we suggest to our customers that after they put in one of our systems, the very first thing they do is wash their clothes with no soap because it's already in there. So if the soap is sticking on the cloth and you're laying on sheets and you have clothes that you're wearing on your body and you sweat a little bit, it draws that soap out and it really helps to dry out your skin. Now I want to show you something interesting. What I'm going to do, and I'd like you to do at home, is to take a little bit of soap and I want you to wash your hands. And then rinse them really good. And when you're all done rinsing them, what I want you to do is the same thing I'm going to do here. I'm going to taste my finger. That's right, I said taste my finger. And I want you to taste your finger at home. Now, I don't taste anything on my finger because all of the soap washed off my hand. But at home, if you taste your finger, you're going to taste soap residue that was left on your hand. Now it only stands to reason that that soap is sticking to your hands, it's going to dry your skin out tremendously. Now the other thing I want to show you is one of the benefits that you get with conditioned water is you can go to a quarter of the cleaning products that you used to use. So if Tide says to use a full capful, you go to a quarter of it. So this container, instead of it lasting maybe 3 weeks, might last you 12 weeks. When in the dishwasher, if they tell you to fill the cap all the way to the top with soap, you want to go with about a tablespoon. In the shower, all you use is just a dime size amount of soap for shampoo. And in my case, I have to use a quarter of a dime size. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to take a sample of your water and I'm going to take some orthotolidine. And what orthotolidine does is it detects the level of chlorine in your water. And if you just give this a second to react, what you're going to see here is the level of chlorine in your drinking water and your tap water is just about ideal to the level of chlorine in a swimming pool. But now I want to do the test again, but I want to change one little variable in the test.
Let's get started.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take another sample of the water. Only this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that sample, put it in a cup, and I'm going to bathe my fingers in the water. Now, why am I doing this? I'm trying to simulate taking a shower, because if you do the same test on it the next time, only this time, after you stuck your fingers in it for a few seconds, there's no chlorine left in the water. As you can see here, it didn't turn yellow, which means there's no presence of chlorine. Now my question is, where do you suppose the chlorine went to? Well, if you guessed your fingers, you're absolutely right. You ever hear the old expression that your skin is like a sponge? Well, your skin actually absorbs chemicals, and one of the chemicals it absorbs is chlorine. Now think about it for a second. What is chlorine designed to do in water?
Alpha.
It's designed to kill things. When I say things, I mean bacterium, viruses, mold, spores, and it does a wonderful job. I think that chlorine is the most wonderful product to get the water from there to here bacteria free. Once it's here, it's the last thing you want in your water, because think about it for a second. Isn't your skin organic? So if your skin is organic and you're absorbing chlorine into your skin because the shower water has as much chlorine in it as is ideal in a swimming pool, it only makes sense that once we get it here, we don't want it in the water anymore.
This is so fun.
Many of your neighbors have been enjoying their Anderson water system for years. Now it's your turn. Do yourself a favor, do your family a favor. For a clean, safe, comfortable life. Tap into Anderson. I want to talk to you for a minute about what I think is the single most important reason why you should tap into better water. The reason is hydration.
That's right, I said hydration. It is so important to our
See
family's
you
house.
guys.
I want to tell you a little story about what happened to me when I turned about age 50. I decided that I wanted to get into racing go-karts of all things. And I thought, wow, it couldn't be anything.